Try to bluff on the lick, got his ass whacked. Heard a nigga stamp, bro, we gon' get back. 392 at Fins in the scat. Too greedy, he slimy, really that. All black ski masks, everybody slack.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yes, sir.
And you're 23 years old. You're a superstar. You're one of the faces of the NBA. What is the last 10 or 11 days been like for you? And how are you doing?
Me personally, I feel mentally good that I haven't, been in, many years since I, really got drafted to the league. I'm in a space where I'm, very comfortable. I took those, days to be able to, learn how to pretty much be there for myself and, learn, different ways to, manage stress in a positive way.
So, in particular, if you don't mind getting into detail, like what were you doing these last 10 days and what did it teach you about yourself?
Yo, an interview was crazy though.
I can, express my feelings, and that nigga just had a gun. To be able to express your feelings. So, I was constantly, talking to therapists. I've been doing, Reiki treatment. I've been doing anxiety breathing, different stuff to, help me manage that and, release, all that stuff from my body.
How stressful can it be being Ja Morant?
Very. And I felt like, I didn't pay enough attention to that, when it got rough and, I pretty much just let it all build up.
Yo, this shit's so crazy to me, bro. This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy.
Better myself and, become a more healthy Ja.
I admire you for that because at different points of my life, to be honest with you, I've had friends and family members suggest I do the same thing, and I have done that.
Well, rehab? I ain't never been to rehab.
For you to actually take that step is a very important
I know some people
one.
though.
When did you look in the mirror and say, I'm going to do this? Because it was reported a couple of days ago that it happened. But when did you say, I'm going to do this and it's necessary?
My son couldn't get a haircut or something. Like,
terrible
shit
mistake.
look crazy on the camera.
Inside.
That's how my shit be coming sometimes. My shit look good though.
I put myself in, a bad position. And also it's, my daughter. There's times where she even tell me if she's, had a bad day. And I feel like, if she can tell me that, then, I can be able to go and talk to somebody as well.
Ja, when did you realize I need to get some counseling? Tell me that morning, your thought process, and when you entered.
It was that morning, when I woke up and, seen my, name on all over the media for, bad reasons, the wrong reasons, which I didn't, wanted to see. And, I made a call and said, I need to get away and, I need to, find myself again. And that's when I entered the counseling program, and, I've been there for a couple weeks now.
When you get drafted, you go from being a member of the crew, a member of the family, to, in a lot of ways, these are your staff and employees, because you're trying to put everybody on and you're trying to put everybody in position to be successful because they help you become who you are. So I know it's tough to figure out professionally who can roll with me and who I need to leave behind in order to chase my goals. So for you, what has it been like for you over these last couple of weeks, and how has it been for you to make tough decisions about who you rolling with as it relates to your inner circle?
This definitely has been tough because, I'm big on loyalty, but, I had, like I said, have to, be there for myself. I have to, put myself in good position. So, I have to, find out, who's really for me and who's going to help me.
Is Ja really the only NBA player that's like that though?
And, that's the decisions I have to make.
My son is a
decisions
dog.
I felt good about and very comfortable about that, I'm going to be in a positive, light now with everything, that I've made, everything that I've learned.
You talked about going live, but it's also in the news that Adam Silver, that you met with him today, and he suspended you for 8 games for conduct detrimental to the league.
8 games?
Like?
8 games?
It was good. Pretty much, an open discussion. Obviously, he said.
But all that for 8 games?
Things, I need to, be better at, but, more of just, showing his support towards me, You know, and I accepted that, and you know, I also
That nigga gonna be
sent
back
my
dunking on
apologies,
niggas,
to
like,
everybody. You know, the league,
first game.
you know, myself, my teammates.
He gonna catch a body the
my
first
family
game.
for, you know, putting that negative.
He catching bodies on and
negativity
off the court, though.
towards, you know, all of us with a, you know, bad decision.
What were you thinking and feeling at that moment when you decided to go live? Did you realize that you was going live? Did you think that you were just recording? What was your state of mind at that point?
I'm pretty much just trying to be free. You know, I use that as an escape, which
Yo, this
I
nigga
shouldn't
lost me.
have. And I feel like that's the reason, you know, I made many, you know, bad decisions, you know, in my past.
This nigga loves me.
Which doesn't, you know, pretty much describes me, doesn't describe Ja as a person. You know, I'm a totally different person, you know, than what's been shown, you know, in the media. And, you know, that's my job now. That's why I took that time away to, you know, become a better Ja, so everybody really can, you know, see who Ja really is and, you know, what he's about.
Absolutely. You were holding a gun.
Yeah.
And we both know how dangerous that can be. Whose gun were you holding?
Well, the gun wasn't mine. You know, it's not who I am. I don't condone any type of violence, but I take, you know, full
Yo,
responsibility.
that's what Gunner said. Gunner said it wasn't mine too. First of all, why did nigga ask him some cop ass question like that?
You know, from my actions, made a, you know, bad mistake, and I can see the image, you know, that I painted, you know, over myself, you know, with my recent mistakes. But you know, in the future, I'm gonna show everybody who Ja really is, you know, what I'm about, and you know, change this narrative that, you know, everybody got painted over me.
And you know how this works. So now when the IG live video happens and the public sees you with the gun, now they go back and dig up everything that they feel like has been attached to your name over the last couple of years. And it was important for me to give you the opportunity to address it, because at 23 years of age, you don't want to be talking about missteps your whole life. And so there was the incident.
Yo, this shit gotta be script. I don't know. This shit don't seem real. Like, this shit gotta be script. Ain't no way this shit like a real interview. I get what I'm saying?
Somebody was allegedly pointing a red dot at some of their personnel. Can you shed light on what happened after that game?
But it's like an interrogation video. This ain't even no interview. Like,
happened in the past, obviously.
This
know,
an interrogation video.
Into, by even being there. But all the
Did
incidents
Ja
you've
pass,
seen
though? Did
recently,
he pass?
most of them is a lie. And, you know, I can't speak too much, you know, on those situations because all of them are sealed, and I really can't wait to be able to, you know, finally tell the truth. But you know, what I can say is, you know, like I said before, you know, none of those are my character, and I'm a big family guy. I always care for my family, so
yeah. So he basically trying to say he was out his body.
on my family's safety. Once my family, you know, was
he was
safe,
out his body.
I left.
That's not really him.
Absolutely. And another incident, and by the way, I love your family dynamic. I love seeing you and your father hug and embrace. Your mom is awesome. I love seeing you with your daughter. Like, you're one of the shining stars that bring us into his living room. And another incident that allegedly happened at the mall with your mom was a circumstance that people now wanted to start back trying to dig into the story of what took place. What can you say about what happened with that situation?
Pretty much the same thing. You know, just, you know, I got a call. I went to, you know, make sure my mom was safe. You know, that's my lifeline. You know, that's who birthed me. So I went to make sure she was safe. You know, once I realized that, you know, I left the scene again. It's another thing, you know, I just can't wait to be able to, you know, finally tell the truth on.
And I'm a mama's boy. I lost my mom a couple of years ago, so I understand that when you get that call, you want to be there front and center. And then there's a situation that potentially happened with your sister surrounding a volleyball game. Can you shed some light into what took place in that scenario?
Similar situation, you know, that's my baby sister. You know, I received a call and, you know, was checking on her safety. Another situation where, you know, once I found out she was safe,
but this
you know,
shit's
I left the
script.
scene.
This gotta be
I
script.
realized Ja showed up. And, you know, that's all everybody, you know, really needed to, you know, paint whatever, you know, picture they want. And,
but of course this will be scripted though, because this is
now,
like,
you know,
the NBA
that's a
type shit, you
problem.
feel me? Like
You know, I
sports
put
and shit,
myself in, you know, those
ESPN.
situations.
So that, of course
And
this
the
shit will
crazy
be
thing
scripted.
about being a superstar like
Because
yourself,
you can't
in
really
this
talk
era,
about that shit.
like everybody has a
He asking
phone,
him
which means
cop
everybody
questions,
has a
like-
camera, which means everybody has an opinion. And so now these circumstances that allegedly took
So they
place
gotta
with
change
the
up Ja
17-year-old
Morant image,
guys
feel me?
playing basketball
Gotta
or
be
whatever.
thinking like this shit.
And I know that
this
case
shit's
is
scripted,
sealed,
man.
so we're not gonna
I ain't
say
gonna lie
any
to y'all.
names or whatever. But I just want to give you a chance to address everything that's been out there.
It's not much I can say, you know, because it's sealed, but pretty much
Exactly.
everything, you know, you see on the social media, you know, that's going on with that is a lie. And another thing, you know, I can't wait to, you know, finally, you know, say my side and, you know, actually tell the truth of, you know, what's going on, so it'll finally stop.
Do you take pride in being a role model?
I do. And, you know, I realize, you know, I have a lot of kids, you know, who look up to me, even, you know, probably some adults, you know, a lot of fans. And I realize, you know, my past mistakes isn't being, you know, a good role model. So, you know, me now is, you know, changing that, you know, finding ways to, you know, impact in an even better way, put a, you know, bright light on, you know, the younger future coming up to, you know, show them, you know, what not to do and, you know, what to do. So just got to be better in that area, you know, be more responsible, be smarter, and, you know, make better decisions.
What has it been like for you to be away from the game that you love? Like, we miss watching you play, Ja, and I know you miss being out there. Like, what has it been like for you learning about yourself, growing, as you've talked about growing? What has it been like being away from your teammates and being away from the game that you love?
It's been tough. It's been tough, but, you know, the support of, you know, my teammates, my coaches, you know, the whole Grizzly organization, you know, all them, you know, being behind me and, you know, reaching out to me, you know, checking on me, kind of helped me. Obviously, you know, I wish I was out there on the floor with them, you know, each and every night we, you know, go to battle. But I had to
I don't really
be there
watch
for
NBA like
myself.
that. How the
So
Grizzlies
taking
doing
this
this
time
one?
away to, you know, learn how to be there for myself and, you know, learn how to be a, you know, better job with, you know, managing my stress. Would not only make me a better job, but make us, you know, better as a team and, you know, as an organization with, you know, how I'm coming in now.
And one of the things that people underestimate is that, yeah, you're successful. Yes, you're a great family man. Yes, you're great at basketball. But we get stressed out too. So can you talk to people who are dealing with stress, who are dealing with anxiety, dealing with pain? What has it been like for you to discover how to manage it and give them some advice on how they can manage it in their own lives?
I feel like just starting off by saying talk to somebody. You don't have to be afraid. It doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you weak to, you know, express your feelings to somebody. And I feel like that's what I had to learn. You know, I always was the type to, you know, keep everything in and bottle it up. You know, not comfortable, you know, talking to somebody about, you know, what's going on in my life.
Facts,
and I
I
feel
ain't gonna
like
lie.
as a pro, some people don't realize that it's a lot on our plate. For me being, you know, I'm 23. I'm starting at a young age. Came in young, turned into a provider. I turned into a father, pretty much the breadwinner, you know, of my family. So it's, you know, it's a lot on my plate outside of, you know,
I ain't gonna
day-to-day
lie.
life. And, you know, I had to learn that, and I learned that.
He's saying some real shit though, like NBA players, like they more watched. Like the media be on everybody's day for me, but I feel like the media really be on rappers and they be on pros, like sports wise. They be on their day heavy, but I feel like, I mean, y'all niggas celebrities for me. I gotta watch what y'all be doing for me. Like, ain't no way you going live in the strip club, my boy. And then at that, you flexing the pole, what you doing?
On my time away, that,
bugging.
you know, it's okay to, you know, express your feelings and, you know, talk to somebody. And I encourage, you know, everybody who's going through, you know, what I'm going through, who's dealing with stress, anxiety, to, you know, go talk to somebody.
What has it been like for you to see people criticize your inner circle and talk about who you should be hanging with, why you should be hanging with them, and or what have you learned about
hang
how
with
you should
whoever you
be
want to
with
hang
your
around.
team
Just
or
be a
who?
leader. Don't be a follower.
Honestly, you know,
You
I
got-
feel like
See
we
how
put
he in the
ourselves
NBA?
you know, that situation.
If
with,
you
know,
got
past
that
mistakes.
advantage for me, guide them,
And
my nigga.
now, it's
Don't do no
only
slow
right
shit.
that, you know, we focus in and lock in on,
My
you
son
know,
John, some crash
being
out
smarter
time.
and more responsible,
He
holding each
bugging.
other accountable, you know, for everything. I feel like in the past we didn't know what was at stake, and now, you know, finally me having that time to, you know, realize everything, have that time alone. I realize that now. I realize, you know, what I have to lose, and, you know, for us as a group, what we have to lose, and it's pretty much just that, you know, being more responsible, more smarter, and staying away from, you know, all the bad decisions. When you see somebody about to make a bad decision, stop them.
And as hip hop turns 50, you embody it.
That's some
Things
crazy
you
shit.
say, your swag, your flavor,
That's crazy.
your fashion. And what ends up happening is people judge everything that we do, including our handshakes. So now people going back to look at footage of you on the floor, and they're like, wait a minute, is Ja affiliated? Is he throwing up gang signs? Can you address some of those naysayers who are trying to portray you in that light?
I feel like, once again, my decisions, you know, pretty much led to that. And now, with the, you know, past decisions I made and, you know, what's going on now, they try to find, you know, pretty much anything on me. And, you know, I put myself in those situations. You know, I'm not affiliated with any gang. Like I said before, I don't condone it, you know, any type of violence. And it's just pretty much on me to, you know, from now on, to, you know, be a better Ja and, you know, stop that narrative.
What is this last year or so, because there were rumblings that the organization was kind of trying to talk to you and steer you in the right direction, and your head coach, and obviously your parents. What has this been like for your parents here recently, seeing you trending for the wrong reasons?
It's been tough, and I feel like although it's been tough on them, it's been, you know, even tougher on me, because I know they raised me the right way. I know they, you know, did everything, you know, I asked of them, and raised me and, you know, my little sister pretty much the right way. And, you know, for me to be in the news for the wrong reasons, I know it hurt them to the core, and it hurt me even more, because I feel like, you know, I let them down.
That nigga was
What was
on
it
the
like
news, or he was on
not
like
knowing
media type shit news?
What your punishment
News
from
is
the
crazy,
league is
I ain't gonna lie.
And what can we expect when you get back out on the floor?
But like, that was the tough part, man. Obviously, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, you know, which route.
That nigga just trying. He about to go back, dropping 50 a game for me. That's in this vid. This shit too long already. And this nigga boring me out. I ain't gonna lie. This shit too boring. Make sure y'all niggas hit that like button, hit that sub button. My IG Dior Jew, my Snap YBWJu1, my OnlyFans free subscription at Dior Jew. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. We'll see y'all next vid.